And now, News 10 Today continues.
Welcome back. We're visiting with Trooper Jim Stewart from Nevada Highway Patrol, talking about highway safety. Of course, with the summer season now officially upon us, school will be out soon. Trooper Stewart, you mentioned it in the first break. We had a very serious accident near South Fork Reservoir just recently. Some kids out for fun, but it could have been very tragic. In fact, there are some very serious injuries they're recovering from. And we were talking about this. It's so easy to get in a bad situation quickly, and it may not be as a result of your driving. It could be somebody else.
Yeah, you know, I think we've all at some point in our lives been in a situation where there's that, peer pressure that happens to kids, even adults actually. I mean, we've been there before, and sometimes that peer pressure will take over us making a good decision. And so we know graduation's coming up, and we had this crash with these young adults, teenagers, and early 20s, and of course they were not, some were not seat belted in, and they're in hospitals right now. We just want to remind the motorists out there, and not just students and kids, but everybody out there, that we all share the road. I'm out there in my patrol car. My family's out there, your family's out there, and my goal is to go home to my family in the afternoon when I get off of work and have a great weekend. And if we all kind of watch out for each other and share the road together and make those good decisions, I think our fatality rate will go down. And I think I've said this before, the #1 cause of death in this country is actually traffic fatalities, the #1 cause of death. So when we get into our cars, and I've said this before, we get in our cars and we go to work, or say for you high school students, you just got done graduating and you're going to hop in your car and go to a movie or dinner or whatever you guys do. You hop in that vehicle and your chances of getting killed in a car crash go way, way up. So if you're in a situation where you're with somebody that has been drinking or is not making good decisions when they're driving, I encourage you to make a phone call, and if it's not to your mom and dad, at least call a friend or something. If you don't want to call your parents because you're afraid of the repercussions, okay. But man, call somebody, a friend, to get you out of that situation, to get you home to your family. It's not worth taking that chance or that risk to be in that car with somebody when they're not making good decisions when they're driving, or they might be intoxicated. Life is too short. I've seen too many crashes and talked to too many people out there that lose a loved one or get injured or paralyzed from the waist down, all because of just a little crash, and it can be little. It can be a 25 or 30 mile an hour crash with no seatbelt on, and you hit your head on the windshield. That could change your life forever, and it might not even be your fault. Somebody else might have just pulled right in front of you. So I encourage all of you guys everybody, just to please pay attention, watch distractions. #1, wear your seatbelt. If you consume alcohol, alcoholic beverage, please just get a designated driver, or just stay where you're at and call somebody, call a taxi. A taxi cab, I'm telling you, is a lot cheaper than a DUI. A DUI is going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. You lose your license, your insurance rates go up, your car's going to get towed. It's just not a good decision to do that.
This is a really good advice from Trooper Jim Stewart, who knows after many years in the field there are many more distractions than there used to be. Trooper Stewart, texting, talking on cell phones, that's a huge cause of
It is. We still see people out there, talking on their phones, texting. It's one of those. Our law's been in effect now for I think a little over 3 years, and obviously it's hands-free. So watch those distractions. Put the phone away. It's going to ring when you're in the car, even if it's next to you. It's going to ring, and your temptation is to pick the phone up. It's been that way for a while. I mean, our temptation is to look at the phone and pick it up. But I'm asking everybody just to maybe try just that one time. Just try not to pick it up, and you might be surprised how easy it is afterwards to just let it ring until you can find a place to pull off and take the call.
All right. Again, good advice to keep you safe so that school's out for summer, you enjoy a great time, but that you get back to your friends safe and sound. after your long vacation summer season. Thanks so much for joining us, Trooper Stewart.
Thanks.